Hello. In this video, we are going to discuss set 4 of slot 1 of reasoning section of CAT 2020 paper. The question is, there are 10 musicians A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I and J. They're expert in at least one of the following three percussion instruments. So the instruments are tabla, mridangam and ghata. Now, among them, three are experts in tabla but not in mridangam or ghatam. Another three are experts in mridangam but not in tabla or ghatam, and one is expert in ghatam but not in tabla or mridangam. Further, two are experts in tabla and mridangam but not in ghatam, and one is expert in tabla and ghatam but not in mridangam. So let us try to first of all note down this condition, all the whatever condition is given to us. Let us note that down. So among them, three are experts in tabla but not in any other two. So basically, we are talking about only tabla. So for only tabla, how many individuals are there? Three. Another three are experts in mridangam but not in other two. So for only M, we have how many values? Again three. Then one is expert in G but not in T or M. So only G, we have only one individual is there, right? Now two are experts in T and M but not in G. So in tabla and mridangam, the value must be two, and one is expert in tabla and ghatam but not in mridangam. So for T and G, the value is one. So in total, we have 10 individuals, right? Now, what we'll do is we'll try to fill this table. The further information is both A and B are expert in mridangam, but only one of them is also expert in tabla. So both A and B are expert in mridangam, but only one of them is expert in tabla. So I am putting a dot over here. Now this dot is representing that A और B में से किसी एक पे ये value fill होगी, right? Before that, see, in T row, how many values will be there? So three from here, two from here, and one from here. So in total, six tick must be there in tabla row. For mridangam, how many values should be there? Three from here and two from here. So five must be there in mridangam, and in ghatam we have only two values. So two must be there in ghatam. Fine. So we have used this information. Both A and B are expert in mridangam, but only one of them is also expert in tabla. Further, D is an expert in both tabla and ghatam. So D is expert in both tabla and ghatam. And since no one is expert in all the three instruments, so we can simply cancel this out. Fine. Now both F and G are experts in tabla. F and G both are expert in tabla, but only one of them is also an expert in mridangam. So only one of them. So again using this dot, fine. इन दोनों में से एक टिक आने वाला है, right? Neither I nor J is expert in tabla. So neither I nor J is expert in tabla. Further, neither H nor I is expert in mridangam. So neither H nor I is expert in mridangam, but only one of them is expert in ghatam, and that has to be I, because I is left with only one option now. Fine. So here it must be a tick. Now, as we know that in ghatam we must have two ticks only, and we have already put two tick, one in D and one in I. So we can simply cancel out the others, और किसी में भी टिक नहीं आ सकता है. Fine. So I am simply cancelling out this. Now for J, we have only one option left, that is for mridangam. So we can simply tick this. And similarly for H, we have only one option, that is tabla. So I will tick this as well. Fine. So this is what we have completed till now. Although this table is not complete, but this is the direct information that was given to us. Okay, so let us now move to the questions part. The first question is, who among the following is definitely an expert in tabla but not in the other two? So we are looking for a column in which we have a tick in tabla and cross in the other two. So we can say that H is the one. H is the individual who is expert in only tabla but not in other two. So the answer to this question is H. Who among the following is definitely an expert in M but not in other two? So only M. We are looking for the one who is expert only in mridangam. We can say that J. J is the one who is expert in only M. So the answer to this question is J. Now, which of the following pairs cannot have any musician who is an expert in both tabla and mridangam but not in ghata? So we need to have tick in tabla and mridangam but not in ghata. Now A and B. Now A and B के केस में दोनों में हो सकता है. We can have a tick over here because we are not sure A or B में से who is the one who is expert in tabla also. So we can have a tick over here as well. We can have a tick over here as well. We are not sure about it. So we can simply eliminate this option. F and G, again for the same reason we can eliminate this option as well. We can have a tick over here. मृदंगम में tick हो सकता है और यहाँ पर G के केस में भी मृदंगम में tick हो सकता है. Now let us move to third option, C and D. Now I'm checking this option, so let me change the color of the ink first. Okay, so C and E. So suppose C is an expert in tabla and mridangam. Now suppose C is an expert in tabla and mridangam. So now in mridangam we should have 5 ticks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and out of these two, one has to be a tick, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. तो यहाँ पर क्रॉस ही आने वाला है. We already have 5 ticks. Now let us check for tabla. So in tabla, 1 out of these two, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 ही वैल्यूज आनी चाहिए थी, तो E में दोनों क्रॉस करने पड़ेंगे, which is not possible. E must be expert in any of the one, at least any of the one three instrument, right? तो इस तरह से तीनों क्रॉस हो जाते हैं. For the same reason, यदि हम E पर दोनों टिक देते हैं तो C के दोनों क्रॉस हो जाएंगे. Fine. So this cannot be the case. Now this is not possible. So this is the answer. Now let us check for last option as well. Let me erase this first. Okay, so C and F. Now this case is possible. For F, we can have a tick over here as well. Fine. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in Mridangam. So we can simply cancel this out. And in Tabla, still we are left with 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we can have a tick over Tabla as well. So इस केस में हम values दे सकते हैं which are not contradicting any condition. But C and E is not possible. So the correct answer to this question is C and E. Now let me remove this since we are moving to other questions. So I need to erase this. Okay. So moving to last question, and the question is, if C is expert in Mridangam, if C is an expert in Mridangam, so let me put a tick over here. And F is not an expert in Mridangam. Now we know that out of F and G, one has to be an expert in Mridangam. So it has to be then G. Then which are the three musicians who are expert in tabla but not in the other two? So we are looking for three individuals who are expert in tabla only. So the answer is from here we can say that H is the one who is expert in only tabla. F is the one who is expert for in only tabla. Now let us find out the next one. Okay, so in Mridangam we should have 5 tick and we already have 5 tick, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So it has to be a cross, and if we cross this then E is left with only one option, that is tabla. So the third individual is E. So the correct answer to this question is E, F and H. Fine. So this was all about this set. I hope this set is clear to you. Thank you.